no, I'm gonna be late.
He's drinking milk out of his owner's mouth.
Wrong TV. Hello friends, welcome back to the show. So glad to see you once again. And if you're new here, thank you for joining us. This is the show where we talk about each and every episode of a cartoon that we grew up on. Right now we're talking about Superman, the animated series. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, then go ahead below and hit subscribe. And go ahead and click the like button while you're down there, because I think you're going to like what you see. Because today we're talking about Double Dose, which originally aired on September 22nd, 1997.
Well timed, super jerk. Let's rock!
Well, we're already seeing the return of Livewire, and this time she's teaming up with Parasite. Kind of a cool duo, but we'll talk all about that right after our 60-second Brainiac bomb. See if I can give you a rundown of the episode in 60 seconds or less, or else that's going to explode. In prison, Livewire gets the power from a janitor's Walkman to escape and sucks the power out of the batteries. And she goes and tries to attack Superman. He uses a fire hydrant to stop her, and she gets away. And then she goes to free Parasite, also from prison. And so they team up to do this. And Lois and Clark hear the alarm going off, and Superman stops Parasite, but yet he jumps in the water and gets the power of a shark and swims away. And then Livewire and Parasite are talking and forming a plan, and Livewire doesn't want Parasite to touch her because she's electric. And then Superman gets the idea from Lois when she's wearing a raincoat to cover himself in rubber. So he does that, and he shows up there, but yet they freeze him with the nitrogen, and it cracks the suit off. And then Parasite gets the power from Livewire and gets electrified, and then Superman uses a broom and a fire to drench Parasite with the sprinkler system, and then Superman enjoys getting away, and they capture all. I think I did it. I got scared at the end, but I think I did it.
You're just delaying the inevitable, Superman.
So it didn't take long for them to bring Livewire back into the show. She's kind of a cool villain. I don't think that her introductory episode was as good as it could have been, but she's a cool villain, and certainly another one of those villains that kind of worked their way into the psyche of the mainstream comics and such. So seeing her return was exciting, and I think that putting her with Parasite was a great pairing, and we'll get into that later. But listening to her talk again, I just cannot get over how much she sounds like Kat Denning. It is uncanny.
Yeah? You're not even supposed to be listening to music, but you are.
I show up to work at the lab / your mom's house.
If they ever bring this character back into the animated series, or I know she's in Supergirl now, they need to do a version of Livewire and have Kat Denning either playing her or speaking for her. I know Kat Denning's doing some Marvel stuff, has a character in the Marvel universe, but this would be a great character for her in DC. Just telling you, Warner Brothers, hit me up.
That's right. Let's get to the heart of the matter.
I like that the first battle that Livewire and Superman have, they immediately established that what took a whole episode for Superman to figure out was to fight her with water. He immediately goes to that resource and goes, let's end this fight, shoots some water at her, but she's able to get away. So I like that they established, here's how we stopped her before. Maybe we'll use that, maybe we won't. And then she gets the idea to go talk to Parasite. Again, a nice callback to previous episodes that Parasite is sitting there watching the big screen TV, watching some sort of David Letterman type show, which was his last appearance, where he helped them out with the Star Labs guy, and in return got a big TV with all the channels. And so I like that they brought that back around.
Huh? Is this the bone they threw you? A big TV?
I am really beginning to enjoy Parasite, Rudy Jones, as a character, because here he is once again just sitting in his cell watching his TV and just sort of reluctantly goes along with what's presented to him. Livewire shows up, says, hey, let's team up and fight Superman, and he goes, okay, sure, I'm not doing anything better. And that's how he started out as Rudy Jones before he got his powers, and that's how he continues to be, which is a neat dynamic to a character that we don't always see. So that's kind of a neat element to this character.
Yeah. Sure, whatever you say.
As ridiculous as it seems, and as hard as I am on Superman just putting on a different suit to be able to battle whatever criminal, I kind of liked the idea of the rubber suit. As ridiculous as it was for Superman to come walking in covered in this rubber material, strangely, I don't know why, but it strangely sort of worked for me, because he got the idea, they established how he got the idea, and it wasn't like he just went to Star Labs and said, hey, build me a suit, or I need something to stop them. He came up with the idea from Lois Lane wearing the poncho.
All right, maybe it's not the latest word in rainwear.
And thought, that's a good way to stop them. I don't know where he got it or how he made it, but he shows up in this suit, and it works for both of them. Parasite can't touch him. Livewire can't get electric through it. And it was ridiculous, but it made sense. And I don't know why. I should be more hard on it, but it was so ridiculous it worked, I think. I think that's the reason why.
Well, what do you know? The Boy Scout brought protection.
And then again, they fought for a little while, and they're trying to get the upper hand. And it wasn't just that Parasite and Livewire were able to freeze it with nitrogen and crack it off of them that was Superman's undoing, but the very partnership that they formed was being challenged when Parasite, again, Rudy Jones is just along for the ride. He doesn't care if Superman gets away or not, but is just going along with whoever happened to hire him most recently.
Super Sorbet.
And he's so tempted by this power that Livewire has that he's like, I want that power. So he sees the opportunity to touch her and gets her power. And that is ultimately how Superman gets the upper hand.
I want him alive so I can keep feeding on him. And you too.
And I like how they use different sources of water. They established right in the beginning, hey, Superman knows that if he uses water, he can stop Livewire. And she knows this as well, so he had to get a little bit more clever in how he used this and the water sources to be able to trap her. So then once Rudy gets electrified from Livewire, that Superman's able to use the broom from the janitor's closet, great full circle moment, to set off the sprinkler system and take down Rudy Jones.
The janitor's closet. A dead end, Superman. Believe me, I know.
So when it comes time to rank this episode, again, I think that this is the tone that Superman should be operating in. It took a little bit to get going, but this, again, is an episode that never would have existed in Batman the Animated Series, but it is a great deal of fun. It's very enjoyable to watch, and it's kind of a simple revenge story, but it's done really well. And it's a very cool partnership between Parasite and Livewire, an unlikely duo facing off against Superman. And so it's a pretty decent episode. So for all those reasons, it falls at the number 8 spot of my favorite episodes so far. Just below Pixelated, however you say that episode, because that one is just funny and fun and enjoyable and just a hair better than this one in the sense that the character Mxyzptlk is just a lot more fun to watch in that context. But it does beat out Fun and Games once again, because I just don't think that Toyman was the adversary in that episode that he should have been towards Superman, whereas Parasite, we talked about before, is a great threat to Superman because he can draw his power. And Livewire is a great threat to Superman because she can just zap wherever she wants and electrocute him and do all those things. So for those reasons, it beats out Fun and Games.
You bungling idiot! We could have had it all! All!
I don't think I've asked this question yet for Superman, but what is your favorite pairing of Superman villains? Let me know in the comment section below. I know we talked about it with Batman, but this being the first kind of real pairing of two already established villains in Superman, what is your favorite? Is it this one or another one that's coming up? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed my take on this episode, then please just hit the like button. That always helps me out tremendously. And if you want to see more episodes like this, then just hit subscribe, because I have new episodes coming out every Tuesday and Thursday. And next up, we have solar power. So you don't want to miss that. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Andy Knode. See you soon.